Hello, welcome to the Vigilance Committee. Today we've got BZ Watchdog in the house, and we're going to show his body of work. And let's go ahead and recognize people in the chat. Go ahead and say hello, BZ.
What's going on, everyone? Appreciate y'all coming over for my channel. And for those I don't know and see in the chat, appreciate y'all coming on to the Vigilance Committee and supporting him and checking out what we got going on today.
Yeah, and I'm noticing a lot of them. The Warrior Dog's been here before. I know he was over there too. Rob Wiedemann is, I think he's one of your mods, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yep. And then
so is
got
Warrior
Roger
Dog.
Ray.
Nikki's got a wrench over there. Stephanie's got a wrench over there.
Yeah. Two of my favorite ladies. Sin City Giggles and Liberty. Zoom Smoky Bear. I haven't seen these guys before, so welcome. Appreciate you being here. All right, so let's get right into it, man. I want to share your body of work, but I really want to show what happened to you as far as the arrest and where we need to get you some help.
Okay.
Because arrested for freedom of speech is horrendous here. So this first one, this is the long version. You and I talked about this. We'll just show part of this so people get an idea of what was going on here. It's about an hour and 29 minutes, but like I said, we're just going to show the first part of it, and then we'll show the other link that you sent me where you were unlawfully arrested. So let's just start right here. And you can stop me anytime on any part of this.
Okay.
Can you leave? As soon as you give me your name so I can file a complaint with you.
Can you leave?
Can you give me your name so I can file a complaint?
Let's set this up. What happened before you started the stream? Because apparently you started this live stream because of something happened.
Yeah, I always when things are going south and people are making allegations or overstepping, I always pick up my phone and hit the live stream button and go live right away, just in case if the cops do show up, then people know where I'm at and what's going on in real time. But on this day, this was a Sunday at about 1 o'clock. I was driving for Uber at the time, and I got a call. And they do everything obviously on your phone digital. I got a ride there to pick up a homeowner, and the homeowner had to go to the airport. And when I get here, this guy here starts in on me with an attitude about where I'm going. I give him the address. I've dealt with subdivisions and security guards before and never had any kind of issue like this. He told me I wasn't on the list and wasn't going to let me in. So I called the homeowner. The homeowner told me to tell the security guard to call him. So I got off the phone with the homeowner. Security guard at that point refused to call the homeowner. So I called the homeowner back again. And then the homeowner was getting frustrated because he could hear this guy in the background giving me hell and not letting him in and refusing the call. And so the guy just absolutely refused to call the homeowner. And then as the homeowner's getting ready to tell me just, never mind, cancel, this clown then goes, well, give me your ID. And that's what I told him. I said, look, man, you just cost me my ride. If I'm not going to give you my ID if I'm not going to give my ID to the cops, I'm not going to give my ID to you. I don't know where you're from or what you're going to do with it. And that's when the guy's like, calling me a racist because he's from Africa. And I was like, okay, this is not going to go well for me. Let me grab my phone and turn on the live stream. I started asking for his name, supervisor. He just started just getting volatile. And you'll see it right here at the beginning of the video. Because at this point, he ran back in there because I picked up my phone and started recording him. So.
Okay. All right, so let's continue this.
Come back.
Actually, I'm gonna.
Go ahead and call whatever you want. Give me your name. You want to threaten to call the leaving?
There we go.
Well, then you wanted my driver's license, but yet you won't give me your name.
You racist. You told me to live here because I'm from Africa. You racist.
No. I said you need to go back to Africa, learn the laws, and then come back here.
Give me your name. I'm gonna call Uber.
I'm not. You go ahead and call whatever you want. Give me your name. You want to?
So he doesn't understand the laws here in the United States. So you said maybe you should go back to Africa until you learn the laws, and he takes it as you're a racist. So it's
Right.
He's baited you, basically, is what it comes down to. I know there's been
Well,
some.
and Finkel, you know, I don't see eye to eye with Finkel because he just likes to attack me here in you know, on channels. But he did bring up a good point somewhere in the chat. I was looking for it. Not the part where he says the ID so he can tell Uber customers coming for him, but it was something in there. I'm trying to find out where it was.
Let me scroll up.
But as far as in military housing or something in the gated subdivision, I understand if he wants to see the ID, but the guy should have asked for that up front and told me that it was their policy, because every subdivision is different. Every subdivision has different. And I had an Uber sign in the window. I gave him the exact address where I was going. I gave him the name of the person. I mean, I should have gave him. I gave him everything that it was required to allow me access into the subdivision. If he didn't want me to get in there, that's fine. I had no problem if he would have talked to me in a professional manner. I would have had no problem giving him my ID if he would have explained that it was company policy. But when you just demand ID, like we've seen with the cops, that's when I have a problem.
Yeah, no, and I understand that. So we're keeping the outside drama out of here today, guys. I'm sharing the body of work of BZ right now because he was unlawfully arrested, and the purpose of our channel, and you guys all know this if you know anything about my channel, we help First Amendment auditors, activists, people with a camera, constitutional advocates. We are. We're anybody that's rooting out government corruption or just wants to use their camera to defend themselves, basically. So there is no he said, she said. I will put them on my channel, especially if they need help. Okay. I don't care if there's even personal animosity, which I don't have any against BZ. So let's keep the drama out for today, and let's just focus on the body of work that we're sharing today. Okay. I appreciate it.
Cliff, I don't think there's any drama in the chat. He's just pointing out, and like I said, I've got no hard feelings against anybody. It just, and if we're gonna be on neutral ground, I'm all for it. So
absolutely, we need to come together when it comes to this, what we're doing and what we're trying to achieve. We want to affect change. We want to make sure to root out government corruption, and that's the whole purpose of this channel. So. Let's
threaten to call the police and stuff. Why don't you go ahead and give me your name?
So he's basically ignoring you right now, isn't
he? Yes, he is. Now, keep in mind where he's standing right now is in the middle of a public intersection. And it only took him 7 steps back to the island. And about 8 steps.
Give me your name. Give your supervisor. How about that?
And then he goes and the supervisor does show up eventually here, right?
Actually, the president of the HOA shows up.
Aha, okay. Yeah, I think we might watch that part, and then we'll switch over to the other video.
If you give me
your name, I will leave. You know you're live right now on YouTube. You're live. You're live. You're live.
You told me to go back to Africa.
No, I said you need to learn the laws. No. Yeah, you know what? Go to Africa. Come back and learn when you learn the law. No, I'm not. You're from Africa, aren't you? You're from Africa, right?
You're supposed to say that.
I can say whatever I want to say. See, you don't know about speech. You need to learn to do Constitution. What's the law? You don't know the law. And you're a security guard?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have probably said the same thing to the guy. You know, if you're from a foreign country, learn the Constitution and the laws of the land that you live in. You know, has nothing to do with race. Nothing to do with race. So,
Come on, jackass.
yeah, he was a jackass. And I do notice in this video too, other people come to the gate, right, to get in after you move your car, and he didn't ID any of them. None.
Nope.
I watched very carefully to see if he ID'd any of them, and he didn't. So,
Guys, I'm at a gate. I can't even get onto the property. He's trying to tell me to back up, which is unlawful. Try to demand my driver's license. And he's a security guard. I asked for his name and his supervisor. I had to cancel my ride. Let him call the police.
And that's what he did because I've got all the 911 calls.
you just haven't published them yet, right?
That's correct. I've even uploaded them into a video with subtitles.
Yeah, I agree with that, Rob. He was race baiting. There's white people, plenty of white people from Africa.
South Africa, actually.
Yeah, yeah,
And then you've got Arabs and Muslims in North Africa.
yeah.
So it had nothing to do with the color of his skin. And be honest with you, and this is where he's calling 911, I think, by the way, but I really thought maybe he was French or something with the way he was talking, but until he said he was from Africa, I had no idea he was from Africa.
Oh, another security guard who thinks he's the law. He's locking his door. What a little bitch.
Locking his door like I was going to hurt him.
Until he learns the Constitution.
Yeah, like you're going to get out of your car and go attack him.
That's what I was going to comment on. I'm sitting literally in my car with my seatbelt on, holding my phone.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
It's what happens with these foreigners who come here and think they're law. Then they get their feelings hurt.
Welcome.
See, and I said it right there.
Have you ever heard of this channel? We Will Hear You. That's
no, but
Nikki's channel.
That's Nikki's channel.
Yep, that's her new channel. She interviews people, and we'll hear you. Just tell your story. So, yeah, she gets a lot of people on her channels. It's growing. It's still pretty new. I think she's got just under a couple hundred subscribers, but she's working it.
Yeah, this is where he's on the phone 911.
Technically, I'm not on private property yet.
It's like a 5-minute call, 7-minute call, something like that.
Yeah, you can tell. I'll bet you dollars to donuts too. He's saying the guy is a racist and he needs to go.
Actually, he said something similar to that. He said, "I've got a race." He calls up and says, "He's giving me a hard time at my workplace." That's how he starts the conversation off. The dispatcher actually gets upset and frustrated with him because she can't understand him. And he was saying that he's a racist. He told me to go back to Africa because I'm from Africa, and he won't leave. And so that's all the stuff he was saying on the phone call. So yeah, this is where the phone call takes place. Have you noticed? I'm not screaming at him. I'm not saying anything. But that gate, that little gate arm is designed for them to open up and you to turn around right there at the guard shack. It's called an entry turnaround point. And he's not permitting me to do that. And you'll see when the president of the HOA comes out, because we actually discussed that part.
Technically on
And how they
public
tell me.
roadway, because there's the utility box right there.
So you're pointing out that you're in public. You're not on their property. So he's calling the cops.
Technically where I am, because I had to go get the plat, technically where I'm sitting, they vacated the land up to that the plat is, they made a mistake on the plat, but the plat, according to the plat, they're saying that the city vacated that road up until like where the brick part of the road starts, but there's no trespassing sign up into that little security arm part.
Okay. And that's what I thought too. Plus their sign too, and we'll see that too, is right there where the little arm thing is to the gate too. So that's their property. Anything on the other side of that is not their property.
Correct.
For this little station here.
There's utility box.
But an easement is still a right of way, regardless if it's private property or not.
That is a public.
Oh, an easement, anything that has utilities or anything like that is public, and you have a right to be on it. Period. It's a public right of way. That's why they call it a right of way, especially if they don't have sidewalks. And a lot of places don't have sidewalks, and so you have to walk on the side of the road, and that's they have to have a certain amount of certain number of feet for public right of way off the roadway. So that's where you were.
Sidewalk right there up into that gate. That's why that says it all right there.
In fact, I'm gonna fast forward it to where you get out, you move your car, you park it somewhere else. Actually, this guy, let's watch this guy here.
Actually, yeah, watching the whole president HOA encounter is actually,
Yeah,
like it says, it spells it all out.
Yeah, it's important to just watch what he does.
Now, see how that car's parked behind me and I can't back up if I wanted to leave? That's the whole point of lifting the arm for the entry.
Give me your name, and that's it. I'll leave.
Yep.
You wanted my driver's license information, but yet I can't get your name? Cry, baby.
Aussie Nathan, good to see you, brother.
Your phone's ringing. You got to answer your phone, or you got to neglect your duties.
What's going on, Gloria?
I know he's coming up here, isn't he? Jeez.
Yeah, it's about another right there, 11:40.
Shake too much to get it right at 11:40.
No, you're good right there.
Let's try that.
The problem is this guy's attitude, sir.
Okay.
And it's the only reason I started recording. Stop.
Are you here to see someone?
I was, until I canceled the ride because he failed to call the customer. I had to call him twice and let him know that he was refusing access.
Okay.
And then he started demanding my driver's license. I told him I wasn't going to give him the information. And then I requested his name so I could report him to a supervisor with his attitude.
Okay.
Then he told me he wanted me to leave, which is fine. I'll be more than happy to leave. But I was not going to back up with this busy intersection with it being wet.
Okay,
I just asked him to open the bar. I would easily make a U-turn and I would leave.
Okay.
But
But then that gives you access to our neighborhood, and
that would be going through the gate, sir.
No, well, we're not going to bother closing that gate. How about this?
Okay, there's a utility box. Is there some sort of compromise? Because you seem like a calm and rational.
Yeah, well, why don't I watch this intersection as you back?
And that would be fine, sir.
Let's do
Can
that.
I get his name so I can at least call and report it to his supervisor?
I'll deal with that.
Okay, thank you, sir. That's all I was asking. That's how easy it is. I don't want you back behind my car. Get away from my car, sir.
Hold up 1 sec. All right, I'll say.
Now, I just have one other question, sir. Now, he was on the phone and he threatened to call the police. I need to know, did he call the police? Because if he did, I'm going to park right here and wait for them. I'm not going to act like I'm running because I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but they're not gonna assume you're running.
No, did he call them, though? I need to know.
Yeah. Did he call the police? Yes. Did he
Okay,
call the police?
then I'm going to park right here out of the way and I'm going to wait for him.
Okay, sounds great. Why don't
All right, so I think now it's a waiting game for about an hour, waiting on the police because he called the police, right? Did we see that on here?
Yeah. It took about an hour from this point.
Yeah. So let's show that other video. This one's about 7 minutes and 27.
Yeah, that's just the last 7 minutes of this video. I just did that on you, so instead of trying to skip all the way through.
Right. All right, so let's.
And people don't realize that this is important to always record because people will try to twist stuff or lie or have a different perception of what really happened.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm going to run. By running, I look guilty, and they're going to believe everything these guys tell them. Is that a crime? Unwanted touching of a public utility box? Might be.
Yeah, so he did call the police, and now a lot of people will say, well, this isn't the government. You could have just left and nothing would have happened. But I've seen auditors time after time after time. If the police are called, they stay, period. And I think that was the right move for you. It just happened to get you arrested. But I don't blame you for
and here's the thing, Cliff.
For wanting to stay there.
What people don't understand is that when 911 is called, that is a call for service. They are coming no matter what. You call 911, hang up. You call 911 and call them back and say, we don't need you anymore. They're still going to show up.
Yep, they show up anyway. Absolutely.
Fort Worth Pete, I like that one. That's good. I call him Fort Worthless. You can touch my secret box.
Baltimore County Observer is because he wouldn't show his ID, and the person, and he wasn't going to leave until he got the name of the security guy, so he could file a complaint against him. The guy wouldn't give him his name, and then his supervisor came out. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, the supervisor did come out, but he'd already called the cops at that point, right?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. So that's why the cops were called, and then the supervisor came out. No crime's been committed. Absolutely no crime, Baltimore. But as you know, when the cops are called, you're gonna wait for the cops. Everybody does, right? Yes, they were trying to say he was trespassing and that he was a racist. And he was not trespassing. And you'll see the signs here in a minute where it shows you can't go beyond this point. It would be trespassing. So we'll see that.
Oh, they're showing up right there. Here we go. Here we go. They showed up. Hey, make sure your body camera's on, officer, so I get this body cam footage and hear what they're lying to you about.
So you do have the body cam footage and all of that now. And did they lie about what happened?
I don't have the body cam footage yet. I've actually got to go to court tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Hoping that they have the discovery ready and starting my court process, unless they decide to dismiss on the motion of quash that I sent over on Thursday or Friday. So we'll see.
So you already put in a motion to quash. Okay, perfect. Lenny.
Kind of looks like Kruger.
I did notice that you interviewed Carolina. Was that yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday, wasn't it?
A couple days ago.
Yeah. Okay. And if you guys missed that, you should go over to BZ Watchdogs channel and watch that. And be sure to go to his channel anyway. Watch his videos because he's doing some good work over there. And he really needs our help with this case right here because this was pretty egregious what they do to him here. So hopefully they quash it, but if they don't, well, you're still going to need help anyway. You lost your job over this, right? Did they tow that car off?
I did lose it. And no, actually, believe it or not, I sat in the back of this patrol car for 40 minutes. And when this cop told me I was under arrest, and he I said, for what? He goes, disorderly conduct. I just started rattling off the statute and said, where's the breach of peace? And he got pissed off and shut the car door on me. And then about 20 minutes later, after dealing with the supervisor, looking at my hands, which were jacked up from the improper placement of handcuffs, and not tightening and not double locking them the way he should have, and tightening them down on my hands and just being a complete prick, pardon my French. But the other cop basically got pissed off, and the supervisor told him not to take me to jail. And so he wrote me a city citation for the disorderly conduct. And on top of it wrote language. So I've never heard of language being disorderly. I thought it was always protected, but hey, what do I know? I'm just a First Amendment activist, but it's all good.
So you really were arrested for speech, but they never.
I really was. That's why. Did you not see the title on that first video? Arrested for free speech.
Yeah, and it's like it's kind of like that supervisor was like pissed off at the officer, like, you screwed up, man. It's we're gonna get him out of here. We're not taking him to the jail. So it sounds like you had a decent. I'm not even gonna say it.
Uh-oh, man with a camera. Technically, I never set foot on their property, so.
Nope.
Now, Cliff, just to let you know real quick, the president of the HOA even said on the 911 call that I didn't enter into their subdivision. So
you did or didn't?
No, that I didn't. That I did not enter the gates of the subdivision. So
And yet he
They-
was
they-
initially trying to arrest you for trespassing. Yeah.
well, he didn't even tell me why I was arrested. Then he tried to tell me I was detained as he's
Yeah.
jacking my left shoulder all the way up because he's so short. You'll see that here soon. Not the
Yeah.
jacking of my shoulder, but how short he is.
Well, I'm pretty sure he said trespassing too. He used those words at one point. So
I don't ever remember hearing the word trespassing. All I heard was leave, and I kept saying I'm not on their premises.
leave. Yeah, leave. Yeah. So like you were on the property, so you have to leave. That's just like another word for your trespass. So leave.
He keeps saying that they want you to leave. Well, I want a ham sandwich,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Or DMA would say, I want $5. So
yeah. But see that now see where I'm standing right now. So even if it was their property on the plat that I have right here in front of me that I got notarized from the county's appraisal district, that shows that that is an open space easement that I'm standing on right there.
public easement. Yep. Well, we
Open
noticed that
space.
from the utility box that was there too. So it's parallel to it.
Watch how pissed off he is walking over.
You got your body camera rolling, sir? You got your body camera rolling?
That's Officer Christopher Morgan.
Because I'm going to pull that.
Did he say he had his body cam on?
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
said
hear.
yeah, but I asked. Yeah, he said yeah, and he kind of like nodded his head up and down a little bit.
Okay.
I want to see what
I
lies
probably
they tell
didn't
you. Don't mute it. Don't mute the mic.
If my mods could continue to put in BZ Watchdogs channel link, I'd sure appreciate it. Also, if you can find his pay links, put those in as well.
They're
And
all on my
Stephanie, be sure-
description page.
Yep. And Stephanie, be sure and put your pay link in the chat as well. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Steph.
You coming to talk? You coming to talk to me now? Okay. Before we get started, per your policy of 703, can you go ahead and identify yourself, please? Okay. Thank you, sir. So what did they tell you?
So they're saying that you're refusing to leave.
I'm not on their property. No trespassing. That's a public utility box. So you can't own a public street. You own beyond the gate, and you put even a sign up here. I'm refusing ID.
See, that's what he's saying because you're refusing to leave their property, and he's saying that this public easement is their property, and now he wants your ID. He's trying to bully you into giving him ID too.
ID, sir. If they want me to leave now, here, if you want to hear what happened, okay. I was up here. They demanded ID from me. I told them to call the resident. I was picking up for an Uber. He refused. He got an attitude with me. I called the customer twice. I went ahead and called the customer. He was acting with idiot, felonious here. Okay, didn't want to let me go through. And then
Just the body language of this guy. But I gotta listen to this guy babble on, and look at him. He's not really even listening to your side of the story. He's automatically taking their side of things.
Yep.
Put a one in the chat if you guys agree with me on that.
It looks like the vein in his forehead's about to pop.
It does. Oh my lord.
You ever remember
cop-
seeing? You ever remember seeing the Wizard of Oz, the Lollipop Guild? I swear that he was in that movie.
yeah,
One of the
and
Munchkins.
Peace Dynamo, that cop looks depressed. He actually does. And I think a lot of these police officers are depressed. Look at all the ones we got there, BZ. They all agree. This guy doesn't even want to hear what you're saying. His body language is saying that he's not really even listening to you.
Well, let me ask you this. Obviously, his body language, I don't appear to be a threat, do I?
I would not perceive you as a threat. Now, you're a big guy, though. But his body language isn't showing it. In fact, he's got his hands in his pockets.
And
Now,
so
if he
why
thought
don't I
you
go
were
in
a
cuffs
threat,
later?
yeah. If his hands are in his pockets, he's completely relaxed here. He knows you're not a threat. So his hands would be outside of his pockets, maybe a hand on the gun or something, if he thought you were any kind of a threat. So that would be ridiculous if he said something like that.
That's the only reason to put somebody in cuffs, right?
Exactly. Or if they're just butthurt by how you're speaking to them. You know, just by you asking for his name and badge number right up front, that's where these guys get, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. I don't like this guy.
Well,
He's
it
probably
wasn't just the fact that I
one
asked
of
for his name
those
and badge.
people. He's one of those
Cliff,
people.
it wasn't the fact that I asked for his name and badge number. I also stated the policy along with it.
Yeah. He's one of those guys. I'm sure that's what's in his head. I mean, I'm and the body language. You know, just the deep sigh that he did. It's like we know where he's at on this. We absolutely know where he's at on this. Now, I mean, we're making assumptions, I guess, but we've seen this before many times. So I think we have a right to make those assumptions.
Next thing I know, he told me to leave. I'm at the gate. I'm not backing up into this busy street where people are running. I told him, open that gate. That Bronco wasn't there. I said, I'll make a U-turn and I'll leave. I'll be more than happy to. He decides he wants to escalate the whole situation. Cars are backing up behind me.
My curiosity is in when they asked you to leave, why didn't you?
Because he had already called the cops. Now the second gentleman who's now smiling over there, thinking you're going to arrest me or do something, he came up and he started to defuse the whole situation. No problem. I was getting ready to leave, but then I asked, did you call the cops? Confirm with security guard, yes. So I stayed away. So I've been here, I don't know, an hour and 15, 20 minutes waiting for you guys. So I would have been gone an hour and a half ago. This would have never escalated, but
I guess why didn't you leave an hour and a half ago?
because they called the cops.
Right. So now we're out here. Now we have.
Now that you're out here, now you're having to deal with. I wasn't going to run and believe whatever they told you. But you know, if you know, first off, sir, public utility, I've never crossed the threshold of that gate. I've never entered their property. He did assist me backing up into the street, which is why I'm parked over there now. But see that gate? I never entered their property.
Why is this an issue?
Because you're here. You're asking why it's an issue. Obviously, you're here. So if you like,
You understand that you're the issue.
I'm not the issue.
Do you
Like that,
understand
huh, Cliff?
you're-
I'm the issue.
He automatically believed every word that they told him in that little room there. And he had every intention. As soon as as soon as he knew that you knew what his policy was and that he'd have to identify, he's like, oh, this guy's going to try to control this conversation. I don't like him already. Yeah, I mean, I can see that, you know, they get butt hurt. And when they get butt hurt, you know, it's like they want to, I'm going to show him something. You know what I mean? That's how they act.
I was filming. That's the issue. You guys have a problem with First Amendment. Then if you want to give me your CAD number with a card, I'll be more than happy to leave.
Only because you're causing an issue.
What issue am I causing, sir?
Because you're refusing to leave the premises, and now we're out here.
My car is over there and I'm not on the premises.
Yeah, but he's not on the premises either. He has the right to stand where in the hell he's standing. Dipshit cops. Man, oh man, yeah, right here. The issue is you are a mentally retarded cop. I completely agree with that, Lenny. And it's just our opinion, but we're right. Right, BZ?
Yeah,
I love to say that. It's just my opinion, but I'm right.
hypothetically.
I
Hypothetically.
like this one. I like this one too. I hear there's ointment cream for that.
Yeah, it's for that butt hurt that he got.
Yep. Yes, I know what you mean. We're there.
And you know what? You know what, Cliff? Up until this point, you know, all he had to do was just say, "Here, walk over to my car, and I'll get you the CAT number," and I would have been on my way.
Yep, I'll get you the CAD number, and then you can go. Yeah. Instead, let's watch what he does.
I'm not on the premise. Sir, you see that no trespassing sign?
Yep, you see that? That is a no trespassing sign. You can't walk past.
Wait
that.
for it, because I'm gonna zoom all the way in, Cliff. You're gonna see here in a second.
Okay.
There we go.
There you go.
There
It
we
even
go.
says no unauthorized persons, which means the sidewalk.
Oh, Angry Vet has a question.
Oh, is he in here?
Yeah, he's got a question.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
Yes, yep. Yep.
That's still what people don't realize. Even though that's private property, there is still a public easement right of way.
Yep.
It's like you're walking down a roadway and you're on somebody's lawn walking down that road, and there's no sidewalk. You're walking on their property, but it's still a public easement. And easements are different. They're specified and used differently in each state. In Texas, you know, if you can't even get through to your property without driving through someone else's property, that's like I think it's like an agricultural easement.
Yeah, it's still an easement. It's still the public has a right to get to where they're going too, even if it has to cross into somebody else's property.
Now, had I been standing in the roadway, then that would have been a different story. But where I was standing on that sidewalk was a different story.
Yep.
No trespassing. I'm not no unauthorized person. I'm on a public sidewalk. I'm being a pain. You're being unprofessional. 703 conduct of your policy. So do me a favor.
You go in the back of my car.
Would you? Okay, look.
Threatening with arrest. Already.
Yep. Now watch.
Watch
me.
This guy's going from 0 to 60 in a heartbeat.
I try to defuse it, and look.
Now I'm off the property, right? But you're violating my First Amendment.
I'm not violating.
You are. What did I just tell you? I told you if you give me your CAD number, hold on. I told you if you give me your CAD number, sir, don't turn this off. Sir, get your supervisor. Okay, I'm going in handcuffs. I'm live streaming. I'm not resisting.
Look how far back I am now.
I just told you to give me a CAD number, I would leave. I'm on a public sidewalk, sir. Put your hands on your back. Okay, don't turn off my camera. Just let me put it in my pocket.
Okay. Did
he
turn off your camera?
President-elect Donald Trump is also seeking a.
Did he turn off your camera, or did you accidentally turn it off when you put it in your pocket?
No. What happened was because I was live streaming. When you turn your camera, because I wasn't using StreamYard back then, it basically freezes your camera. But what he did was, as I was trying to put it into my pocket so it would continue recording, he literally knocked it. He hit my hand and knocked the camera out of my hand onto the grass. So it stayed over there on the grass, continuing to act like my live stream was frozen until
did
they
you hear anything? You didn't. I mean,
no.
Did you?
No.
There was nothing to hear, nothing to say. Okay.
Nothing to hear, nothing to see.
Okay. What do you guys think? Was that an unlawful arrest?
And I do have court over this tomorrow morning at 10:30.
Put a 1 in the chat if you believe it was an unlawful arrest. Let me get to my phone here.
I took the ride to his patrol car and sat back there for 40 minutes.
One. There we go. All right, so we are seeing. Yeah, no, there was no ride. We already went over that, Angry Bet. You came in a little bit late. He sat in the back of that car for 40 minutes until the supervisor said, "Take him out of the cuffs, and we'll just cite him, and he can be on his way." All
Well,
right,
that was
so
after
James,
medical looked at my hands. Medical had to
okay,
look
so
at my hands.
all right. Well, yeah, and do you have pictures of all that too?
I do. I do.
Good, good. I think you should publish that as well as the other videos that you got on this. Of course, it's an active case, so you might want to wait until after the case is over, right? I'm, I don't want to
It's
tell you how to do things.
all on this little flash drive right here.
Yeah, yeah. It was a stupid arrest, Baltimore County Observer says. Beautiful. All right. And what are the charges?
Disorderly conduct.
Yeah, there was nothing disorderly there.
They gave me a written trespass warning.
Yeah, unlawful. Yeah, I haven't gotten anybody to say that it was a great arrest. Yes, it wasn't unlawful. Lenny, I think you might have misspoke there. I don't know. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, 1111111.
Yeah, I mean, Ripple's right. It was more likely a verbal obstruction, is what he's probably thinking.
Yeah, I don't think there is any such thing as a verbal obstruction.
Oh no, we're
Freedom
joking.
of speech. Oh, okay, good. I was gonna, yeah,
Oh.
sometimes text can get things it miscommunicated. Yeah. And welcome in, Four Corners. I love you, brother.
You know, and like Rob says right there, I don't need to take a ride for it to be an unlawful arrest. Going in handcuffs, per their policy, the minute I'm in those handcuffs and I know that I'm not free to go is an arrest.
Well, if you want to get into semantics, it was an illegal detainment either way. So, and a detainment in I don't think there's a difference between a detainment and an arrest. I really don't, even though technically, I guess it would be a detainment because they didn't actually take you to jail. But either way, it was not lawful. So,
well, Angry Vet says we need to stop catching Look, do you think I really planned on getting arrested? That guy didn't even tell me I was being detained or I was arrested. He was telling me to leave property that I was entitled to be on.
Yeah, public.
And,
yeah.
And then literally walked over to me and put his hands on me and didn't tell me I was detained or arrested until I was halfway across the intersection in handcuffs.
Yeah.
When I asked him why I was being detained, he couldn't even give me a crime. Now, don't get me wrong, I wasn't booked, but even a citation is technically an arrest.
Yeah, and the citation never should have happened either. It's all bogus. It's just bullshit, you know. All right, so I think we beat that horse. Now the next one I want to show. Which one should we start with? Should we start with your most popular Allied security guard, or should we?
Yeah, that one was a fun one. That was my first audit ever, by the way.
Yeah, let's play this one.
Was it the one at the bus station, or was it when I got out of the car?
Yeah.
Because
it was the bus station, and you got out of the car. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That wasn't even an audit. That was before I even started auditing. What that was I was dropping off for an Uber, and a security guard, like literally as the guy was getting out of the car, started demanding I go park in a parking spot.
Yeah, and you weren't even going to stay there. You were leaving. You were just dropping a guy off.
Yeah, he jumped in front of my damn car and prevented me from leaving.
Yep. All right, here we go.
So this is what happened today when I was asked by a wannabe cop, Allied Security, to move my vehicle and then he decided to block me as I started to move it. And this is what
Look
happened.
at that. Look at that.
Look at this.
Look at that.
Go
There
get your
is
supervisor.
fighting.
Go
There
get your
is fight-
supervisor.
fighting.
Go get your supervisor. Go get
You
your
go to the
supervisor.
supervisor.
No, you call your supervisor right now.
There is that.
Go get your supervisor. Go get your supervisor.
Oh, finish.
I agree, the angry vet. Yeah. If he told you he was going to put you in the back of the car, that's good enough for a 1983. I agree. And I'm hoping, and you can do whatever you want to, BZ, but I'm hoping once you get these charges adjudicated, in other words, dismissed, because they should be, I'm hoping that you do sue. I think it's important.
I'm going to be, well, just to let everybody know, when he told me to leave her and he said he was going to put me in the back of the car, do you guys not see me walking back another 20 feet?
Yeah.
I did walk back. I did. I went through the threshold of those
You were
archways.
backing away. You were definitely backing away. We all saw it. Yep.
Now, my other thing is I'm going to pursue it further than a 1983 with a criminal complaint on the officers.
And you should always do criminal complaints anyway, because it helps with the lawsuit.
Yes.
So, yep, always. Here we go.
Sorry to put you in this.
No. It's good. Pick up and drop off. I'm pulling up. I'm an Uber.
Oh, and just so everybody knows, we're not attorneys. We don't pretend to be attorneys. We're not giving legal advice. I better actually run that banner here just in case, because I don't want anybody to say that we're lawyers. There we go.
It's over here on this side of the phones.
Uber pickup point is there, not here.
I wasn't right here. I was dropping off over there, but you made me pull up.
You cannot. It's written there.
Go ahead, call the police. This is what I needed. There's gonna be a big lawsuit with Allied. Big lawsuit. This is what I do for a living.
I did for
No,
you.
this is what I do for a living. Call.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Get on your radio. Get on your radio. Call a supervisor right now.
Look at this.
Call a supervisor. Call a supervisor. Go call a supervisor. Go call your supervisor.
Vegas Vips, you will address me as the vigilante in this channel or the Vigilance Committee. Just have that respect, and you're welcome to stay. Okay. Otherwise, you're out of here.
Supervisor. Go call your supervisor. Go call your supervisor. Go call your supervisor. Get a supervisor. Get a supervisor.
Do you think this guy speaks English, actually? Because I couldn't understand a word that he was saying, except for when he was pointing. He was saying, go there.
He's from India. So, again, it goes back to the immigrants they're hiring for security guards. And I had forgotten all about this guy when I dealt with the other guy. So,
this
again,
guy was the one that was completely out of line here. I mean,
he was just unhinged.
Yep, he was. We're not talking about outside drama in here. I'm not even going to highlight that, but stop it, or I'll have Stephanie time you out. And if you don't like that, you can just leave.
Supervisor. I'm in my car, but you made me pull up because you stopped me. You got in front of my car. One minute, I'll move. Oh, I am. He got in front of my car so I couldn't move. Oh, I'm not done with you, buddy. I'm not done with you.
So again, I'm going to go over the rules here. We don't allow outside drama in this channel. I have another channel for that. It's called the Vigilance Committee, Cliff Williams. Okay. But we're not going to do it here on this channel. I don't want to take the focus away from the guest and the body of work that I'm showing. So please stop bringing in outside drama. Okay. I appreciate it.
I must have somebody blocked because I didn't see the comment.
I didn't highlight it either. So nobody saw it.
Oh, I'm not done with you.
Except for maybe the people in the chat.
I'm not done with you. You go call your supervisor right now. You go call your supervisor.
Yeah, lawyer dog. This is probably the reason I only have 666 subs, and I want that to change. Somebody better subscribe right now and get that number off of there. I hate that number. Yes, this is my second channel. All the drama in the world can be played on that channel.
I just know that when someone mistreats me like this or mistalks to me, I can't let it go.
Yeah. No, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't. This guy was way out of line. And of course, we can all ask questions. We can all ask questions. So I'll do that flavor. Okay, I appreciate that, Mike. Get it. Mike Webb's going to get it to 667. And again, let's make sure that we're putting BZ Watchdogs links in here as well. I want as many people to go over there and subscribe to him as we can get over there.
What I can do is I can unsub for you, so you'll be at 665.
No, Mike's got the 667 going, so we're good. I appreciate the help, though.
You will call your supervisor. You will call your supervisor. You will call your supervisor.
I take that back. Let's stop everything until we get it off the 666. I take that back.
Chaotic's actually my brother-in-law, so I think he's sub for you.
Okay. All right. Let me know when that changes to Stephanie, would you? Because I don't like that number at all.
You call your supervisor.
I want your supervisor. Hey, sorry for blocking you, brother. I was getting ready to leave, but he stepped in front of my car and blocked me. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a supervisor.
Sir, he's in the way on the bus.
Or else I would have been gone 5 minutes ago.
You should not park there. You have got to spot over there.
Now that's an even better number. You see that, BC? Oh, flex your freedom.
669. There you go.
All right. Okay, let's refocus
There
here.
for parking.
Get your supervisor. Stop talking to me.
Your
Go.
parking is over.
Go get your
You
supervisor.
go there.
Go get your supervisor and shut up.
Sir, move your car.
I will move it, but go get me a supervisor, please.
I am the supervisor.
Yeah, if I was really trying to do this for a living, the Angry Vet, I would just be a complete and total drama channel. The reason I have this channel is because I believe in what we're doing here, right? So we want to affect change. We want to go after corrupt government officials.
Okay, I'm going to move the car. Can we talk?
Yes, move the
Okay,
car right
I
now.
will move it. That's
When you
fine.
come back, I talk to you.
No, ma'am, please stay right there because I've been asking him for 5 minutes to get a supervisor. I'm still filming. Don't go nowhere. I'm still filming.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think the police ever showed up on this one, did they?
No, they didn't. Man, I was so green back then too. I hadn't even started auditing yet.
I know, but you did get to eventually talk to a supervisor, and he said he would take care of it. Did you ever follow up on that to see if he ever took care of that guy?
I did. I came back 2 weeks later and I did a follow-up. I think in the video or a short where this guy was following me around and apologizing to me and offering me a soda and water. And so he got his butt ripped pretty good. So, the conduct definitely changed. And I haven't really seen him back out there since because I've been down there around that area a few times and I haven't seen him back down there. Dang. Tav got banned? Pissed the wrong person off.
What? Did he get banned?
Tav got banned.
I don't want to ban him. No. Stephanie, can you fix that? We'll find out here in a little bit.
Stay here. You stay here. Be right back.
Yeah, I don't even think we have to. We need to watch the rest of this, do we?
Nah.
Yeah, because it was pretty much taken care of.
Now that one, I think the next video you're planning on showing, you're showing one more, right?
Well, I've got either the post office video that I've seen or the retaliate and falsify a police report. Cops retaliate.
That post office one's a really good one because I put a lot of work and records requests, and that one I think's got almost like 6,000 views.
Yep, 58.
That one actually,
6 months ago. Yep. Thank you for fixing that, Stephanie. It's like, sorry about that, Angry Vet. It's fixed. We see you. All right, so let's present this post office one. And I think your other one is relatively new too. You might still be getting views on that one. We might not want to show that one. Right?
Yeah, I like to get people to watch this one because this one's it's very educational and it's good.
Yeah,
I just tried to cram it as short as I could.
So it's action packed, basically, is what you're saying, and we got 39 minutes of it. So
Yeah,
how long have we been on here? An hour and 3.
Cops get called on this one too. First time I got the cops ever called on me on this one.
Perfect. All right, here we go.
Excuse me, sir. I need you to stop recording because you can't be recording. You have to take that outside, sir.
I have to stop recording.
Was this immediate? As soon as you got
No,
in
this
there?
is my little. No. This is just a little trailer at the beginning to show you what kind of action packed I'm about to encounter. So if you hit play, okay. I think I've got like a minute or two of trailer.
All right, we'll get through it.
What law says that?
Okay, I'm gonna call the police. Okay, sir, you have to take it out in the lobby. So if you're gonna record, you have to record outside. Are you a paying customer? That's the lobby. You're inside our retail.
Will you leave the lobby?
What's your name and title, ma'am?
What are you doing in here?
Customer. Do not. I asked you, do not.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Mike, are there female trucks? I'm just being fun. I'm funning with you, Mike. It's MAIL. You probably got text to speech, and they got it wrong. They put in MALE for male.
Oh, I just saw that on the text right there.
Yeah.
All right. So they called all the armed men with guns to come get me today.
We want your identity so we know that we know.
Well, sir, you're not going to get my identification unless I've committed a crime. Sir,
They don't want you. They don't want you.
Sir, for what reason? I wasn't being disorderly.
It doesn't matter. They don't need a reason.
It is, sir.
Make it like all plans. Like, okay, if you do this, then
There's no if. I asked you if I don't leave. You said you will arrest me for trespassing, and I have not been issued a criminal trespass.
this is your criminal trespass.
Okay.
This is your warning.
And you guys really need to get educated in Texas, guys.
Okay.
No, but I got 4 people with guns sitting here with badges. You know what I mean? Under threat of arrest to leave.
Business that has to do with financial transactions and stuff. They feel insecure about it being filmed.
When did you guys become the feelings police instead of law enforcement? Okay. But you're here to enforce the law, correct, sir?
And part of that is being when people aren't wanted on places
because of their feelings.
It doesn't matter. Like he was explaining, there doesn't have to be a reason.
What do y'all do? Go to Tarrant County College for the academy? I'm not trying to insult you, but for everybody.
That's how you
I love that. You go to Tarrant County County College. Woo-hoo. Yeah, I didn't mean to insult you, but
Yeah.
you did. You did.
I was trying. I was
I
trying.
love it. I love it. I love it.
I'm not
We
trying to
can have a
insult
civil
you.
conversation, or you can be the way you are.
I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just. All right, Sarge, what'd you come up with?
What's your name? I didn't get that when I first.
I'll identify as good citizen for now.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I'm Sergeant Bray. If you didn't get that from my name,
I didn't get your badge number.
So 882.
Okay.
So here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's BZ Watchdogs.
Here's the deal.
That's why I ended the trailer just like that.
Yeah, I love it.
Here doing another post office audit. Doing a mass audit day today. On Tuesday, I believe it's May 13th or May 14th. I'm currently over here at 6051 Davis Boulevard in North Richland Hills, Texas. I just left another location where they had a 2-star rating. I'm sorry, they had a 1.9 star rating, and some things happened there. I'm about to go in here where they have a 2.0 rating as well for pretty much the same complaints. So with that being said, let's get this party started. All right, so for those of you who are in North Richland Hills, the address right here, service hours.
So this is me doing a fast forward through there real quick.
Gotcha. Is there a different address that I can mail this to?
Okay, so you were 6 months in at this point. Did these were local police officers that showed up, right?
So Fort Worth PD has this like big jurisdiction that they have, but like right on the edge of town, there's another smaller city, which is called North Richland Hills, and that's where I'm at. There's a little area where it's not so, luxurious. It's kind of your average to a little poverty, but most of North Richland Hills is just full of wealth and
Trying to figure out jurisdiction here, BZ.
It's just North Richland Hills. That's the police department.
Okay, you're on federal property when you're in a post office.
Yes, I'm in the only post
unless
office they
the
have.
local police department has an agreement with the feds. I'm trying to figure out what they're called.
Postal police, postal inspectors.
Yeah, the postal police. Unless they have an agreement with them, they don't have jurisdiction and should and they definitely cannot have their weapons inside of federal property. That's against the law.
Actually, the weapons thing is actually depending on state to state it depends on
if they do not have jurisdiction, it's against federal law to bring weapons onto federal property.
There is a state law that says here that they can bring it on.
State does not trump federal law.
I understand, but that's the federal enclave agreement that they have. But now I will show you the actual
enclave agreement. Okay, yeah, that's what I was missing there. Yeah, okay, you got it. You're right.
But I will in this, I think I will show the jurisdiction as far as in arresting powers that they don't have. Now they are supposed to respond to 911 calls, obviously call for service, but once they're deemed that there's nothing violently happening, they're supposed to actually notify the postal police at that point, or the postal inspectors, and leave it there. If there's something violent, nobody ever,
all right, let's continue here. I believe you're in front of poster 7 right now, aren't you?
Yeah, actually I am. It's an old one too.
This is poster 7. These are the rules and regulations that govern the post office. They're usually hung up on a bulletin board near the glass lobby doors. Photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or auditoriums when used for public meetings.
BZ, I love the fact that you blew this up. Nobody ever blows this up. That's good work right there, because you're actually showing your audience what it says.
See, it says or auditoriums when used for public meetings.
See, people get that twisted, don't they?
Yes, they do. Yep. There's an or there, not an and, but an or.
Yep. I know, Angry Vet. I already asked him what flavor he likes of crayon, and he told me he was pretty specific about it too.
I told him red number 3, yellow number 5.
Oh. And thank you for your service too, by the way, BZ.
I appreciate yours,
prohibited by official signs or security force personnel or authorized personnel or a federal court order for rule. Other photographs may be taken only with the permission of the local postmaster installation head.
Really old poster 7. It's a really old one.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I guess he's asking you a question. Were you force recon?
Yeah, I was actually responding in the comment section because everybody likes to come in and stir the drama with the beaten horse that's already been answered for the last 10 months or 8 months or whatever it's been.
I'm sorry. I didn't even know that that was going on.
No, this is how the F3 troll group started trying to jump on me back in April and started requesting the DD214 drama.
I knew there was a reason I hated them. Yeah. I didn't like it when they did it to GS either. I've said it privately and publicly, although GS doesn't recognize it. He won't ever show that part of what I say.
I told him never to show it, and he finally caved.
I don't like people attacking somebody's military service. And the Angry Vet had his attacked at one point too, his military service, and I didn't agree with that either. So,
and see, I've never even asked Tav what he did in the military. I don't question his service. I don't ask him about it. That's something that should be personal. What people do in the service, there's things that we don't like to talk about. It either affects us personally, or there's things that when there's certain things you're ordered to do and you don't I'm just gonna leave it at that, man. I'm not even going to it because I'm not even getting to that.
Yeah, no, I get it. Enough said there, brother. Some of these conversations can stay in private, and I wouldn't have even asked the question. I don't talk about the military unless somebody else brings it up, typically. So here we go.
What's the purpose of what?
Why are you in here just randomly recording?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I'm sure you heard me. Why are you in here just randomly recording? Is there a purpose?
There is a purpose.
Okay, we don't want to be recorded, so is there?
This is the mandatory stand-up talk memo that was issued to all employees by the Postal Inspection Service, which is the service that regulates enforcing the rules and regulations of the post office, investigating any crime against the employee, patron, or property. Long Island Audit has a unredacted memo here. I got a FOIA back and it was completely redacted.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah,
what a difference.
They don't like to give up any information, do they, BC? No matter where we're at. All right, here we go. I like the fact that you're putting documents up here too. You're showing the receipts of things. I like it.
Some people just want to be rude. That's like I don't even people happy. Some people enjoy irritating other people. Like you never make
Was that an alarm?
No,
Like
that
a
was
panic?
me. That was me signaling to show everybody the suspicious activity peeking around the door.
Oh, okay.
The alarming effect of a man with a camera.
Yeah, it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous.
And I don't like. And back then, I didn't like to jump cut things because I wanted to show transparency. So that's why you see a lot of fast forwarding. I just sped up the speed. I didn't cut anything out.
I like that. I like that when auditors don't cut, but they just fast forward, because so that you can tell it was just basically dead stuff. But they're showing it. I like that. Another guy that does that is I Am Free. Have you ever seen his work?
I don't believe so.
He's out in Washington State. Inland.
Oh yeah,
Auditing.
inland auditing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. He fast forwards his stuff. He doesn't.
And that might be where I copied the idea from because I didn't like the jump cuts.
Yep. And it's not a bad thing to copy other people's stuff and make it your own. It's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Keep in mind, this is before I even knew about Cult News. Brick Jonesy actually turned me on to Cult News because he's like, "Oh, your videos are a lot like Mike Norton's because of the way I put the 911 calls." I did try to get body cam footage for this, but there's a loophole that the police department didn't have to issue it to me because there was no citation or charges issued. So
it's still public records. I mean, they're using bullshit excuses. Is what they're doing.
the state repealed that act as of the first. So
sometimes these people need to get sued for not releasing public records. I know that auditing Erie County has done a lot of that, where he had, he one case of it where he had to sue him, but he won eventually. And they also had to give him some money too, as well as release the frickin' records.
and technically, when you guys get done seeing this, I could probably still file a suit, but I'll let you guys decide if I should follow through with it. But
yeah, we'll ask at the end of this if what they think, and if they think that you should, and it's still going to be up to you at the end of the day. It's you're the one that's being having your rights messed with.
that lady kind of started the fire start on that train with that clerk, but
Excuse me, sir. I want you to stop recording
Why would you need me to stop recording?
because you can't be recording. You have to take that outside, sir.
I have to stop recording. What law says that?
First Amendment says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people's peaceful to assemble and to petition the government for a redress grievance.
Take that outside?
No,
Okay, I'm gonna call the police, okay?
really.
Okay, Kersey, you're making an announcement 20 minutes behind, so I'm going to address you. Why don't you just come on up where we're at, and then you can rewatch the video. Now he's going to hear this. He's going to hear this in 20 minutes. So
yeah.
There you go, Kersey. I was just trying to help you out there, brother.
You go ahead and call the police. But aren't you supposed to call the postal inspector first?
I'm supposed to do both. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure you follow protocols.
Stephanie, I always put it on 2.0, fast forward it. So, but to each their own. Good luck with it, Kersey. I hope you catch up.
Stop being 20 minutes behind.
That's funny.
I spelled unprofessional wrong here, by the way. I noticed that there.
Don't feel bad. I do it all the time. I have all kinds of typos continuously. People are going to think I'm just an idiot.
I think you can skip a little bit ahead, Cliff.
Where do you think we should skip to?
Right at about the 11-minute mark, I think. Might be like the 9-minute mark, but right about there.
Oh, there we go. 10:59.
Customer, that's the lobby. You're inside our retail.
Okay.
So can you please go out?
I'm not gonna follow your asking permission. I'm gonna respectively decline.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. You respectfully declined, and she said thank you.
It's at this point she goes and calls 911.
Oh, so do you think she was disingenuous with that thank you? Like, have a nice day.
Like, go F yourself. I'm calling the cops now.
Yeah, that's exactly what she did. Okay, I got you.
For a non-emergency related issue. I've obtained the 911 call. Here is the audio from that call.
Address of your emergency?
Yes, I'm a supervisor at Milton Hill Post Office. I have a guy in here recording. Respectfully, I told him if he can go outside.
Which address?
And 6051 Davis Boulevard.
What is he recording?
Just recording the area. He's just standing in a corner. He's not a paying customer. He refuses to get out.
What does he look like?
Caucasian.
Roger, I used to think the same thing, but I think and BZ, let me know what you think of this experience that you've had too. When I went and actually audited, and I've only done 3, there wasn't any real confrontation, but I felt like I would be able to keep my calm. But I've in the beginning, and everybody said you should be out there auditing, and I said no, there's no way, man. I'd end up getting into a lot of trouble. But the more you learn and the more you know not to do something stupid, right? And I honestly believe if I was out there and I was confronted by cops, I would be very calm because I know that's it's what you have to do. You have to do that. What do you think, BC?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, every time you go out, you get more comfortable doing it. You got to remember, you're out of your comfort zone and your element when you begin with. When you're out there dealing with people with guns and badges that can just snatch you off the road and kidnap you and take you away to a dungeon at any time or end your life. It's very nerve-wracking because you don't know if that guy's having a bad day, if he just got off the phone fighting with his wife, got chewed out by a supervisor, came back from a vacation or a suspension. You don't know what's going on in their head. So what I like to do is I like to position myself to where I can watch body language and try to keep everything on camera. But I will tell you this, watching the body language, that's the key to it. Because if they're getting angry and upset, that's what you say next or what you do next can determine what's going to happen to you next. At least that's my opinion.
Oh, I completely agree. Body language is very important. That's why I caught that. What that cop did when he did arrest you, I could tell he's not listening to him. He doesn't care. He wants to go hands on. I could see it, and I was feeling it when I first watched it too. And the
Well,
second
that's why
time
I tried to rationalize. That's why I tried to rationalize with him about just getting a CAD number. I figured that would be the easiest way to diffuse and de-escalate. Just give me the CAD number and I'll be happy to leave.
And it seemed like he was offended that you would even ask him for a CAD number. It's like this guy just wanted to do what he did. He did not want to de-escalate whatsoever. And I feel like he should go to de-escalation training after you sue them.
Well, if you notice, I never refused.
Your
Yeah, if you notice, I never refused to leave.
Yeah, I think you should make it part of your lawsuit. Those are the terms: training for that guy. You know, or
and because of my loss of job, and because I lost a job and income and wages, it's going to be a lot bigger than what it was.
Yeah, there's going to be real damages. Absolutely. All right, let's continue.
One shirt, black pants, brown hair, hat, brown hat. He said, yes.
Yeah, once you're in that situation where you can't rationalize with the guy, that's just when you want to go. Yeah, I mean, pretty much whatever they're going to do, they're going to do. So you just want to just stay.
I wasn't trying to rationalize. I was trying to de-escalate and escape.
No, you can't rationalize with them. I know you were trying to escape. He's talking about them. You can't rationalize with them.
Oh no, that's why I was trying. That's why I was saying.
Yeah, they're not rational.
That's what I was saying. I was just trying to de-escalate and escape with my with being.
And he wasn't having it. Yep, and he wasn't having it. That's a true tyrant.
Yep, he was trying to escalate the whole time, just like the security guard did.
Yep. It might have benefited you to immediately ask for a supervisor when you knew you weren't going to be able to talk to this guy. But hindsight's 20/20, right? When you're in the moment, you can't think of everything.
Well, I'm actually glad.
Do you know when he arrived in?
No, go ahead.
I'm actually glad it went down the way it did because, to be honest with you, with the way that second cop acted after all this, I'm scared of what may have actually happened when that second cop showed up and I wasn't in cuffs yet. Because that second cop, I think, was the way his attitude and demeanor was worse than the first cop's.
Wow.
They all work with Kruger, by the way. So.
Yeah. Well, enough said right there. They're probably on the steroids. Allegedly in Minecraft, I guess.
We're not getting late.
What is your name again?
Lakesha, Lakesha.
And you asked him to leave and he won't?
Yes, ma'am.
And your last name, Letitia?
Washington.
I'm so sorry. Say it one more time.
Washington.
Washington. Thank you, Miss Washington. Okay. I have to call him. We'll get him out there. Just don't have any further altercations with him. If anything escalates, call us back immediately on 911, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, James.
Ma'am, can I ask
James
you
Forbes,
your title, since you asked me to leave?
Yeah, she didn't ask you to leave. She said you can't film in here, right?
Yeah, I was never asked to leave.
Yep.
She said, if you don't stop recording, we're going to ask you to leave. But I was never asked
What's
to
your
leave.
name and title, ma'am? What's your name and title so I can FOIA all this information?
So you're refusing to give me your info. Okay.
Now watch that guy in the shirt and the hat. If you notice, we've already passed him twice and no issue. That guy right there, yep.
these employees, they know what they're doing. They know how to start the fire and get other people involved.
That's what's going to happen when I come back in.
Yep. Amagansett Press always said, here's the fire starters. Yep. There we go. Here we go.
So since you're asking me to leave, ma'am, are you not going to give me your name and title?
Michelle.
Oh, Michelle. Okay, great.
Have
Got
you
your
called the
name.
postal inspectors also? I don't have their number.
Oh, I have it right here.
Yeah, Michelle. This is Michelle. Everybody meet Michelle. We all know who she is now. Oh, God.
Would you like to call him? I have it right here. On your stand-up memo, your mandatory talk.
I notice how they always want to just ignore you. I've got the stand-up memo. I've got posters. Come here, take a look at your rules. They never want to. They never do it. And I believe they already know what the rules are, but they're basically going up against their leadership too. Oh no, they don't. We don't want to be recorded. No, they don't care if the uppers are saying that you can. They don't care. They've got their own rules, and they're pretty high and mighty. These are federal employees. They get paid pretty well, so they think they run stuff, man, and it's absolutely not true, and shouldn't be true anyway. But they try to act like they rule the roost.
This is going to be a fraudulent use of a 911 call when we get done with this. Right here. Mandatory stand-up talk.
I tried to hand it to her.
I just want to make it clear you all.
They're not even looking at you.
No, but the lady right there, Michelle, you can tell by her face that she's sitting there smiling. Like she knows.
Yeah, and she knew. She knew. Yeah, they all had that mandatory talk, and and they said they're thinking to themselves, "Yeah, we did, and we don't agree with it, and this is what we're going to do about it." These people, their leadership should just fire these kind of people because they know what they're doing and they're thwarting their own policies on purpose, with a purpose, for a purpose.
Also violating your poster 7 by making me leave.
Too much commotion.
The only commotion's the employees, ma'am.
What are you doing in here?
Customer, do not. I asked you, do not.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Customer, you do like I tell you. I told you what was going on, but I did not want you to engage. We are the bosses here.
If you notice though that like I didn't really respond to anybody. I just it drives them even nuts when you don't say a word to them.
Yeah. So I think we got the gist of what's happening in here. Unless you think
Yeah, nothing really happens for the next. Nothing really happens for like the next.
There we
go.
Yeah,
right here is where they come up.
Cops. Yep, cops. We got the cops.
Title. Make sure you don't turn off your body cam so that'd be conspiring on recording. I tried to give them a men with guns to come get me today. Well, they kept asking me while I was recording.
I'm glad you stepped outside to wait on.
I saw them coming. I headed them outside.
Yeah.
Now keep in mind, right there in front of you, that patrol car. See that patrol car in the distance through the grass? Look at the grass and all the way to the back.
Yep.
That's the supervisor sitting there watching.
Ah, okay.
Reason for recording. And then when I try to ask for their name and title, make sure you don't turn off your body cam so that'd be conspiring under 18, 242 and 241.
So what were you doing here? Were you
just filming First Amendment, freedom of press? Their poster 7, which governs the rules and regulations on federal property, says I can. You guys don't have an extra jurisdictional agreement to actually contract unless I'm actually being very disorderly or violent. I've already done all my homework with FOIAs. And I told them to call the Postal Inspection Service before they called you guys out here.
You got a name?
I don't have a name because I've talked to several people over there. That's why I was able to FOIA this. And that's why, sir, there's a 1-800 number for you to call. All law enforcement or the Postal Service is supposed to call that number before calling you guys. Okay.
We want your got a name so we know that we know.
Well, sir, you're not going to get my identification unless I've committed a crime. In the state of Texas, I have to be lawfully detained. I'm exercising a First Amendment right to film in public. I didn't cause a commotion. The only reason I'm here is investigating the conduct of the Postal Service. And sir,
This business does not.
it's not a business, sir. It's a federal entity. And like I said, do me a favor. If you guys want to complete your investigation before you take action, do anything that would cause you to lose your qualified immunity here, I would expect you call that Postal Service and ask if I have permission to record on the property.
So the manager and her supervisor,
Sir,
they don't want you here. They don't want
Sir, for what reason? I wasn't being disorderly.
It doesn't matter. They don't need a reason. It doesn't matter. They don't need a reason. It doesn't matter.
I like that you've played that 3 times. It doesn't matter. They don't need a reason. The hell they don't. Oh my God! Just the ignorance. They get it twisted all the time. They don't understand the difference between private property, public property, and federal property. They don't understand.
No, it's not ignorance. It's pignorance and arrogance.
Well, and it's also like he's gaslighting you. Hopefully he doesn't know this, but they should already know. You've already cited laws. They should already know that you know.
Well, it gets better.
Yeah.
They don't need a reason. It doesn't matter. They don't need a reason.
It does, sir. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Okay, do me a favor. Your body cam all right? Of course. Name and badge number.
Good for you.
Pay for being a dunce cap.
Yep. Yeah.
Officer Penny, badge number 913.
Officer.
He was a rookie, still being trained.
I like it that you're putting it up on the screen too, and how much money they make.
Officer Garcia, badge number 947.
Officer.
Officer Cranford, ID number 575.
You notice he wanted to say officer right there.
Yeah. Or right here.
Okay. Now, if I don't leave, you're going to arrest me, right?
Yes.
So under threat of arrest, you guys are saying that you will, not can, but you will arrest me if I don't leave right now.
What criminal trespass is?
Yeah, I have to be. I issued a criminal trespass warning, and it has to be a federal code on federal property, not state. Not state penal. Can I get a supervisor, please? Just call a supervisor.
He's right there.
And we're out of the lobby, so we've already accomplished what they wanted.
They don't want you here at all. They don't want you on the
I know, but I'm already out the property for whatever they're claiming. Okay. Supervisor, I'm requesting supervisor at this point. And I already told you I leave under threat of arrest, but we're going to get a supervisor first.
Okay.
So I'm letting you know I'm complying with your orders, even though they're unlawful. It is, sir.
Make it like ultimatum. Like, okay, if you do this, then
There's no if. I asked you if I don't leave. You said you will arrest me for trespassing, and I have not been issued a criminal trespass.
This is your criminal trespass.
Okay.
This is your warning. This is
Boom, right there.
This is your warning. This is your.
They haven't even gone inside to find out if you want it. If they.
I know, right there. I know, and he says right there, this is your criminal trespass warning.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then you asked if I don't leave, will you arrest me? And they've already said yes. So you're right there. You already have.
Then I said I haven't been given a written trespass, or he goes, "This is your trespass warning right here."
Yeah, verbal. Yeah, and you got it on camera. These guys are freaking idiots, man. Just dumb. Here we go.
Your criminal trespass.
That's
This is your warning. This is your criminal trespass. This is your warning.
Case law, Moore versus United States Post Office. And you guys really need to get educated in Texas, guys.
It's the whole world gone crazy! Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Texas or the United States?
All of it. You swore an oath to the United States Constitution and the Texas Constitution.
Texas, but now you're spouting off like.
Because you guys don't learn the United States Constitution. You only care about local codes. You guys aren't federally trained to even regulate federal property without a contract. Okay, I'll
Okay. So
What? I don't think you let him walk it backwards. No, they didn't walk it backwards.
Damage is already done. It's already happened.
Yeah. Yeah, it's already happened.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the trespass is rescinded or not. Damage is done.
Yep. I agree.
you can come in here and they have no say on who comes and goes from their building.
Yes, sir.
It's just our opinion, Kev. You might be right. We might be wrong. But I don't know.
Rights are already violated. It doesn't matter.
Yep. I think they've already violated and they can't roll it back once they've done it. It's all on camera.
Just because it's a federal place, that means anybody at any time can do anything they want here.
I didn't say that. I didn't say anything anytime. If you get disorderly, and they have the rules up there on the rule, they have a federal statute for disorderly.
Okay.
It's a federal statute, not Texas statute. I've not been abusive. I've not been loud. I've not been threatening. I only engaged when they asked me a question, just like you just asked me. And I wasn't even raising my voice inside because you got. And I have it all on video. Hey, Sergeant. Sergeant, I need a reasonable officer because these three are going to lose their qualified immunity with the lawsuit that you guys will be hit with.
Oh, my.
Under threat of arrest.
I love that whole guy.
George Takei.
Oh,
Yeah.
my.
All I need to do is call that postal inspector number like I asked your three guys to do and ask them if I have permission to film in the lobby. I never talked to anybody until I was engaged.
So what? So you were just you walked in and just started filming?
I can show you the video, sir. I haven't done anything wrong that would warrant a disorderly conduct or anything like that.
Yeah, no one's saying anything like that.
I haven't even conducted my business yet. But as my primary business under the First Amendment, freedom of press,
Yeah.
I have the right to film, and it says it right there on the rules and regulations, federal statutes, right there on the wall.
I'm just trying to. So all you did, you walked in, you started filming, and then what happened?
They asked me why I was there to film. I said, I'm here to record. And I just, bottom line, didn't really have any more words with them. She went running in the back and caused a disturbance with everybody in the back. Okay. And everybody started doing this and started getting all right. And
okay, so you never said anything to them. They approached you?
That's correct, sir. And the only reason that a few customers got irate is because they stirred up the pot. And then at one point, they even told one customer, stop, because they probably already know they screwed up. I just came from another post officer. This is the 10th one I've ever been at doing this. First time cops have ever been called on me.
Okay, so what is this exactly?
This is their memo internally because they don't educate their employees.
Who is there? You say?
Postal Service, sir.
Okay.
So this
right?
No, I took it because I don't have my actual FOIA that I got from the post office.
Okay.
But this is their mandatory stand-up talk. This is the process and protocols they're supposed to do when engaged with a member of the press or anybody recording in a lobby. And I asked the girl for her name. She didn't want to give it. She didn't want to give me her title. I was trying to have a consensual conversation to let her know and educate her. But instead, everybody wanted to call you guys.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sorry I'm amped up, but I got 4 people with guns sitting here with badges. You know what I mean? Under threat of arrest to leave. And under federal statute, you would have to hit me with a federal trespass code, not a Texas state penal code.
Yeah, that's not always accurate, but let me go talk to them.
And for officer safety reasons, I'm going to step out of your way, allow traffic to continue.
Auditor safety reasons.
Yeah, I could tell you misspoke there. But that's all right.
I was messing with that for officer safety, but that's why I put it on the screen. It was actually really for auditor safety reasons. Now, you will see this here in a second that I will lean up against that yellow bar and use the reflection of the glass to capture all 3 of them in the camera because they were trying to keep me outflanked.
Yeah, I could tell they were kind of, I knew what they were doing. Only us kind of guys pick up on that kind of stuff.
I'm just letting the public out in the chat know this. So
yeah. Anytime I go to a restaurant, my back is against the wall.
And mine too.
Actually, I'm going to lean up against this bar behind you guys, if you don't mind. And if you guys have any more questions, I don't mind asking them. I always try to educate the postmaster, the installation head. They usually verify with the postal inspector or the chief postal inspector. They come out, tell me have a nice day, and that's it.
You said that. I've never seen it happen.
Until it happens, sir. I know people threaten it all the time and they don't follow through with it, but I'm actually probably more well versed with the post office and doing this than probably anybody else.
Trying to prove something?
No, sir. I'm just exercising my First Amendment right. I mean, you took an oath to the Constitution, right?
According to Cranford's signed oath of office, it says that he will protect and preserve and defend the Constitution and laws.
You're supposed to protect my freedoms and uphold it, not violate.
Of the United States. They like to focus on Texas, like basically what they said earlier.
Yep.
Right? Now, if I was on
what
private property, absolutely, they don't even need a reason to.
What did he say?
Basically saying that basically that it was my right, or that it was up to me to protect my own rights.
He just contradicted what he signed. And
I know, and he's teaching that rookie who he told him, you notice the rookie disappeared. He told him to go write down all the plate numbers in the parking lot.
Aha! They want to know who you are. They got to get that fix. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Trespass me. I understand that. Public building, unless I'm being disorderly.
Anybody can criminally trespass.
Anybody can trespass you from anywhere.
That's why that's on the screen right there.
That would be saying that because I'm holding a camera, you discriminate me and not let me have access that everybody else has.
The issue is people are conducting business that has to do with financial transactions and stuff. They feel insecure. Business that has to do with
blah 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 blah.
Oh no, this is good right here.
I know, and they do this all the time though. It does not matter if you get that information. If you publish it or do something with it, that's when it's a crime or potential crime. Just getting it on your camera, that's not a crime. It's not a crime, period. But yet they always want, you just can't film that. Yeah, you can film it. You just can't do anything with it. You can't publish it, and you can't fraudulently use it. I mean, man, oh man, twisted.
financial transactions and stuff.
Don't tell me what to do with my channel, Angry Guy.
About it being filmed.
When did you guys become the feelings police instead of law enforcement? You're not the feelings enforcement.
The reason they call.
I understand that. But you're here to enforce the law, correct, sir?
And part of that is being when people aren't wanted on places.
Because of their feelings.
It doesn't matter. Like he was explaining, there doesn't have to be a reason. It doesn't matter. Like he was explaining, there doesn't have to be a reason. It doesn't matter. Like he was explaining, there doesn't have to be a reason.
Top explaining.
Whether you agree with it or not.
What do y'all do? Go to Tarrant County College for the academy?
That look is completely shameful.
Yeah.
He is insulted. The fact that I called him out on his college education, didn't go to a real police academy.
I'm not trying to insult you, but that's where everybody.
Well, that's how you want to. I mean,
I'm not trying to insult you.
Conversation, or you can be the way you are.
I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just saying every officer that I run into with that knowledge goes to the same academy. It's just a statement. It's fact based on my encounters of talking to and watching videos and investigate. Because I will be doing a public information request on all four of you. I'll be up. Trust me, at the end of the day, I'll have it all submitted.
It's all recorded.
And I'll have body cam and dash cam footage.
That's not a big deal.
And radio traffic.
You gaining access to something you already have recorded is not like right.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I got your name and badge number.
It's all recorded.
Absolutely. It's a matter of public record.
I know, exactly.
You guys don't think that I don't do this for a living.
It's nothing to do with doing it for a living. You act like it's a big deal for us for you to obtain information that's public. It's not a big deal.
It's not even about that. It's about now who.
Yeah. You can see there's his little notebook and notepad.
Yeah, he went down and wrote all the damn license plates.
Yeah. Now, did you park in there?
I did, but the best part, and you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it right here. I don't want to ruin it for the crowd.
Okay, I'll let it play. I'll take Angry Vet's advice. Let it play. Okay, I'll let it play.
You were the one that went in and had the conversation with them, right?
I did.
Okay. And you didn't mute your mic or anything like that, right?
Why would I mute my mic?
Because that's conspiracy. I've seen it happen. Like I said, I
ready to
will
go.
a threat of arrest, but let the sergeant do his thing. Let him call the postal inspection. Let him know that you guys want to see the video that I didn't even initiate a conversation at all.
They didn't say you were doing any of that stuff. Like I said, they just.
So because I have access to the public like everyone else does, as a member of the media and the press, that I can't go in and simply I'm being singled out because I'm holding a recording, which
Most people don't do that.
which poster said. I mean, but anybody can go. You can go film your transaction if you want, though.
I'm
So
well aware.
So they're
if
gonna.
they allowed me to, if they told me they're not going to complete my transaction because I'm filming, then I can't. No one can force them to do it, right?
Actually, that's correct. That's incorrect, sir. Based on the rules and regulations. All right, Sarge, what'd you come up with?
What's your name? I didn't get that when I first.
I'll identify as good citizen for now.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I'm Sergeant Bray. If you didn't get that from my name,
I didn't get your.
Sergeant Andrew Bray. He's a Navy veteran and a TCU college graduate.
Badge number.
882.
Okay.
So here's the deal. They're fine with you recording.
Okay.
They said you're allowed to record inside.
They have to
The
be.
one thing that they're requesting is that you just don't go past those doors where people are doing financial stuff. That's their only request.
Did you
Can
call the
we-
postal inspector, sir?
I have not called the postal.
Okay, if you do, but in all foyers, lobbies, hallways, and corridors, which that is a lobby.
Yeah.
Okay, the postal inspector will tell you on the phone. The only thing I can't do is zoom in on that credit card machine and that letter. And I didn't. I stood in an area where I couldn't see it, but there's a sign in front. I was just doing the lobby. The reason is there's been a lot of complaints about the employees here. It's the only reason I came here, and I just was observing the employees interact with the customers. And like I said, when they engaged me, I was just short to the point. No reason to go back and forth. I'm not here to cause a verbal disturbance.
Yeah.
I'm just here to get my content, my footage, observe them. And if there's any complaints I got to put in, then I'll go back and do that with the Postal Service.
Yeah, and so I did explain that to them. I said that it is not illegal to record people, whether it makes people uncomfortable or not. It's not illegal. I did explain that to them. Their only request is that you stay on this side of the doors. Legality aside, that's just a request. I'm trying to find some common ground.
No, I
You're a
understand.
reasonable guy. They're not as well versed in this stuff.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
is it unreasonable to ask that of you?
You can ask that, but sir, all I'm asking you is to get verification from the people that actually
Would
do
you
all.
like me to call them?
Absolutely,
Yeah, I can call them.
absolutely. Just so your reference, and then that way, when they're wrong,
So-
you can go ahead and educate them.
Well, and like I said, I just told them that
Yes,
it's
sir.
illegal for you to record.
Right here. All you got to do is call that. That's the 1-800 number for the Postal Service and for law enforcement to call.
Okay.
So 1-877.
And Sarge, educate your officers too. Thank you very much.
Just so I'm clear, 'cause this is dated 2022. I'm not saying that anything's changed.
That's
but
their memo. That's their memo inside the
what
Postal
is-
Service.
This was sent to you, and you just took a copy of it.
I
or
did
what?
a FOIA. I don't have my original document in case something happens. I have this picture copy that I printed out.
Okay.
The handwritten stuff is on another memo that I physically saw that was unredacted.
Okay.
And all I did was copy it over to that one right there.
Okay. So this is something that you got.
Yes, sir. If you talk to the postal
And
inspector,
who wrote all this stuff on there?
I hand wrote that on that copy there.
Okay.
There's protocols that they redacted on the form that I got.
Okay. So you would like me to call this?
Yes, sir. I just want you to complete the investigation. I'm not here to cause an issue, but these officers don't know for future next time this happens somewhere else in North Richland Hills. I want to make sure they're educated so we don't have to go through this big catastrophe.
Well, I think the gray area, the confusion is in that they don't want to.
I still haven't even bought my stamp yet.
Yeah, they don't. They're not wanting. All they're asking is that you don't go past those doors because they said that it looked like you were trying to zoom in on stuff.
No, sir, and I can show you that. I never zoomed.
Zoom in on your own transaction. Did you do that, BZ?
I no, and and you hear what I said? I haven't even gone in and bought my stamp yet. Never even got to
I
that.
know. I know. And you should always be in there to buy a stamp. I mean, that's business too. If they get it twisted, because obviously just being in there with a camera and doing a news story, that is lawful business. But a lot of places don't even, or cops don't get that. So if you tell them I'm in there to buy a stamp, that's business according to them and their mindset. Even though you're trying to educate them that just having a camera to be in there is business. And I do have to pause this every so often because I don't want to get, YouTube after me.
Oh, you won't. You won't. I've got it. I've got it to where anybody can use my footage.
Okay. So I think I think it's pretty much. We can just direct people over to watch the end of this one. I think. What do you think? Unless there's something else that's going to happen here.
It's up to you. Oh well, if you want to, okay. So if you want to skip, well, okay. So I'll sum it up a little bit, and then we can play the end here. But basically, when that cop comes back with all the plate numbers, I tell him, "Don't worry, you ain't gonna get my name because it's a rental. Because I was driving a rental car. So without a warrant, they can't get my information from Hertz Corporation. So
did they still try to ID you after all of this?
No, they let it go. They let it go because if you go to the oh yeah, you missed that part where Friday popped up. Actually, you might want to just keep going back a little bit. Right, you're right there. You might want to just play from there. Okay. Let it roll the last 7 minutes.
All right, let's let it roll.
To save you time from running them all the plates, mine's a rental, so you're not going to pull it back to me. I make sure I secure my persons under the 4th Amendment. So I know, I understand. You got to do your thing. I understand. I'm just letting you know. I already secure my persons, papers, property, and effects. That's all I'm doing. From unlawful searches and seizures. I served in the military, guys. I took an oath to that Constitution. I was hoping you guys would uphold yours. That's why I wanted the sergeant involved. Damn! Sometimes you guys aren't well versed in stuff like this because it probably rarely happens out here in North Richland Hills.
As soon as I get the number,
that's fine. I got all day to wait. I know you guys don't, but I know you're here on the call until it's completed. You can't go anywhere. I just want to make sure everyone's educated. So like I said, because a lot of these post offices I go to, they don't educate their own employees.
Yeah.
And I was just at another location in Haltom City. Even the installation head, who's above the postmaster, didn't even know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I talked to the chief postal agent for DFW, and I made sure I asked all these questions, got all this clarity before I stepped foot in a post office. I'm not coming in half cocked like a cowboy.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
You know?
Well, like I said, some of the confusion starts when people assume that their uncomfort equals
their feelings, but that's not a law.
Yeah, no, I agree. I explained that to them. That just because customers are uncomfortable doesn't make it illegal. But our goal, obviously, is to keep the peace.
Absolutely.
Right? So
absolutely.
All I'm trying to do is find some common ground. Their only request was that you don't go past those doors. And then, like I said, as a courtesy, I'll call.
Now, while we're okay, I was going to say while we're waiting, but you're on the phone.
Yeah, so. I'm calling him right.
Federal rules. It's not a code. It's not a local code. It's a rule and regulation of federal property.
Hey, the Darren's going to come out here in a second. This is really good.
How long y'all been on the department? Or I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that question. How long y'all been peace officers?
What's that?
How long have y'all been peace officers?
Over 10 years.
I didn't want to insult you with the wisdom and experience you look like you might have, sir.
This guy right here.
Look at this smug jackwagon. He was causing a scene like a Karen inside. Now he's got a shirt that says freedom is not free with that smug ass look on his face.
You're going to get arrested.
People threw a fit in there. Yeah. And they had to calm him down.
Okay. So yeah, just like I said, I verified.
So they're trying to say I can't go in that lobby recording either?
No. I just said that's their request. They have requested that you don't pass those doors. I assume there's nothing illegal about it. As long as I don't zoom in on me, as long as I don't zoom on my credit machine.
capture, which would be illegal, federal, and possibly state. Can I educate you on one real quick thing on their rules inside this lobby right here, not right here on the poster 7, which is, and it's also outdated, which means they need to come up with.
Yeah,
It's,
I know that we don't have any.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What would you like to show me?
As soon as the gentleman's done, I want to make sure. So this is rules and regulations governing conduct on postal property. If you look right here, sir, obviously they have a federal code for disturbances, which would be our version of disorderly conduct in Texas. Where is public assembly, which is not it. It is photographs for news, advertising, commercial purposes.
Okay.
Are you okay with me taking this down so you can read this?
No, don't take anything down.
Do you want to step?
Yeah.
Says in all hallways, corridors, foyers, and lobbies, which.
Yeah. No, and that's what I said. That they're not saying you can. They're asking that you don't.
Okay, so I can go back in there.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to do is, like I said, I'm trying to find some common ground.
All I want to do at this point, Sergeant Bray, in all honesty, if you want to find the common ground and just get me out of here so you guys can move on about your day, and I'll be more than happy to. I won't really call this a walk of shame for my video because I think you were very reasonable.
Yeah.
And I asked to get you involved to educate these officers. Is to go in here, educate, let me purchase my stamp so that way I can get my survey.
Okay. So
And
you
then
just want to go in and purchase a stamp? Can I walk in there?
Can you also educate them that I'm allowed to be in that lobby recording?
I already told them that.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
So that's all. Come on, stamp envelope, please.
Watch this attitude right here.
$88. $7. 12 cents is your change.
Thank you. Is your name on there so I can do the survey?
Have a good one, sir. You ready, man?
So you see that. So it wasn't me. All right, Sergeant Brave. So I just want to thank you for, at least being a reasonable peace officer. You may want to just educate the troops a little bit. Are you the patrol sergeant for all 3 of those guys?
Yes, I'm the A shift, one of the A shift patrol sergeants.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I need.
Well, I appreciate you. Talking to me, and
I'm just trying to stand up for my First Amendment rights, sir.
I totally get it.
And
you're not the first, you won't be the last. So
well, and I'm a little bit more reasonable than most. I'm not going to sit here and
I'll probably agree with that for sure. Like I explained to him already, you're well within your rights.
And so now I have something to file a complaint with the Office of the Inspector General based on their conduct. So and breaking protocol, as you can see on the memo. So I just want to thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Have a good day, sir.
At the time this video was edited, there have been no lawsuits or complaints filed, but they are coming soon.
Catch me outside. How about?
Catch me outside. How about that? I remember that. All right. As far as I'm concerned, you've been doing some excellent work, and you've been getting better at it as you've the more you keep doing it, you're getting better at it. And I like your editing too. So I can't do any of that stuff.
And that's what I mean about just getting more comfortable. It's just the more you're dealing with the clowns and the clown suits, the more comfort you're going to get. Because the thing is they've always been trained to say the same exact thing over and over. So it's for you, it's a script when it comes out of their mouth.
Yep, and supporters, moderators, people that are watching these videos day in and day out and watching different channels doing things. They learn from everyone, and they figure out what are the right ways to do things, what are the wrong ways to do things. And you've been on the scene for what, close to a year now?
I've been doing it. I think today is my 1-year mark, actually, since I started doing it.
Yeah, so you've still got more to learn. You're not going to be perfect at this, but man, as far as I can tell, I would like to see more follow-up. That's just me. but that's up to you. Everybody does their freedoming in their own way. So you do you, boo. It's basically how I feel about it. Um,
It's told
and
me.
and it was wonderful having you on the channel today. We all got to see a good difference in the body of your work from the very beginning all the way up through to now, pretty close to now anyway. We don't want to show your latest stuff. And if you people want to see his latest stuff, go to his channel. Look at his live streams too. He's got a lot of good content on there. Please go there, subscribe, hit the like buttons, look at his videos, and you've got memberships too, don't you?
I do, and I do have a bank. I just want to let you guys know I do have a bank audit coming out. The only thing that I'm waiting on is the 911 calls and possibly the body cam footage if I can get it.
Perfect. And so you're going to kind of try to do this stuff that KULT does, and I like KULT. That's all they do is banks. I think they should branch out and do some other things, but I think it's important that people know and understand that public photography is not a crime. But you know.
Well, and I think on this next audit, though, Cliff, you're going to see me being a lot calmer. You're going to see what you just brought up. You're going to see a more of a how an audit should go and how like officers should react and respond. I don't want to give away too much, but like I said, I'm waiting on the 911 call and some other information that I haven't. I've done a lot of records requests, so I'm waiting for the stuff to come back. But I wanted to try something different because everybody kept sitting there going, "Oh, the post office, the post office. That's all we see is the post office." So I figured, you know what?
You want to do a lot of different things. Yeah, just do a lot of different.
I'm going to get back to my traditional auditing, which is what made me who I am, other than just cop watching, and just try some new things this year and see how I can progress.
Yep. So doing banks it's not going to affect change. It's not going to root out government corruption, but it's something that should be done by a few times, maybe, just to keep people appraised to the fact that public photography is not illegal. So you don't always have to do something that's going to affect change or try to root out government corruption. That's what we like to see in auditors, but that's our stick, right? That's what the Vigilance Committee is about. Doesn't have to be everyone that's about that to still be part of the community.
You guys do know that I do expose dirty cops. My forte is records. And I am working on some other things right now that I can't really go into detail, but I literally just sent Harvey Freebird a 33-page records request this morning via email that I have obtained on one of his dirty cops in Galveston. So hopefully the lieutenant that's in charge of the goon squad down there.
Oh yeah.
Lieutenant Joel Caldwell. Caldwell. I got a 33-page report from when he worked at the Harris County Sheriff's Department. So I just got that sent to me this morning.
Oh yeah, Harvey will be glad to have that information. That's for sure.
Oh, he sent me a text this morning already. He's already working on it.
Sweet. All right. Well, it was good to have you. I hope we helped a little bit. We got your pay links out there. We got your channel out there. We're trying to get everybody from my audience over there. And before we leave, guys, I want to give myself a little plug. I do see that my subscriber rate went down from 669, so down to 668. So whoever subscribed and got me to 669, don't be taking it away now. Come on. And the rest of you, please subscribe to my channel. Please, as Flex would say. Subscribe, like, watch some of the work that we've done. I've taken down all the drama, and it's all about the movement here. Read my description of what our channel is about, and you'll get a better idea from there. other than that, I think we're going to go ahead and end it here. Any last words, BZ?
Nope. I just want to thank everybody for coming in and visiting over here at the Vigilant Committee, along with sitting here and watching one of my audits. And if you guys can help keep me going with donations to one of the PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, whatever other pay. I got like 6 different pay links to whatever you guys want to send, or catch me on a super chat or a membership. I greatly appreciate it. It allows me to keep going out and doing what I'm doing and exposing the stuff. Again, I've got court tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. So I will be updating you guys after I leave there on what's going down. And on the 14th, we actually have a protest going on for the activist that was unalived in our county jail about 10 days ago.
The 2A.
Incident.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I watched your interview with Carolina too. You guys, if you haven't seen that, go to his lives and watch the interview that he did with Carolina. And Big Mike, you're right. People will YouTube will take away those subs if you don't watch some videos and hit the like and maybe leave a comment. So please, guys, do that for both these channels. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And here comes the outro. And if you want to stay behind, BZ, you're welcome to do that. Then we can talk in backstage.
Okay.
Here we go.
In the heart of the Vigilance Committee, where the sun sets low and the spirits run free, we stand together, hand in hand, watching over the sacred land. We're the keepers of the flame. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll never be the same. Through the trials and the tests, we'll always give our best. Through the storms and the darkest night, we'll shine our light, we'll stand and fight. For the ones we love, for the ones we've lost. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll bear the cost. We're the keepers of the flame. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll never be the same. Through the trials and the tests, we'll always give our best. Through the storms and the darkest night, we'll shine our light, we'll stand and fight. For the ones we love, for the ones we've lost. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll bear the cost. We're the keepers of the flame. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll never be the same. Through the trials and the tests, we'll always give our best. In the quiet of the night, we'll keep the watch, we'll hold on tight. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll stand tall. Together we'll rise, together we'll fall. We're the keepers of the flame. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll never be the same. Through the trials and the tests, we'll always give our best. In the heart of the Vigilance Committee, where the sun sets low and the spirits run free, we'll stand together, hand in hand, watching over the sacred in the heart of the Vigilance Committee, where the sun sets low and the run free. We'll stand together, hand in hand, watching over the sacred